Hello and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment as the Tennessee Titans got it done. They defeat the Indianapolis Colts. Let me adjust my camera just a little bit. There we go. No, not in the way of the laptop though. 19 to 10. Okay. Now here is the deal, people. I'm not coming on here dressing as my king attire, although I am truly a king, and everyone knows this. I'm not coming on here dressed as a king, as your Lord Duke, because I'm particularly happy about this win. I'm coming on here because I have been so correct when it comes to this team this season, as I am most seasons. Um, Hello. I don't understand why people had any sort of conviction that the Indianapolis Colts were going to win this division with Matt Ryan. I don't understand why people believe this to be the case. I will never understand why people believe this to be the case. All you had to do, this is all you had to do, and I know it's a lot. I know it's asking a lot. All you had to do was just turn on the tape. Wow, that's asking a lot for me. Why would I ever turn on the tape? Matt Ryan stinks. He's done. He's finished. The Atlanta Falcons would rather run the 2018 Tennessee Titans than do another season under Matt Ryan. They would rather get Mariota and Tyler Algier and Bo Brinkley and Rashawn Evans and who else do they have? Olamide Zacchaeus and Drake London. Who I like these young players. I guess I don't know. They're all right, I guess. But they would rather run them than to run another year under Matt Ryan. And still, I had to sit here and listen all off season as I was quiet in the off season. Now, granted, I was quiet for a good reason because I have my daily job and I have a life and I like to enjoy my life. But it was so funny looking back and seeing all of these damn people talking about the Indianapolis Colts are gonna do this, they're gonna do that. Shut up! Now, the Jacksonville Jaguars, how are they doing right now? Actually, I need to look that up. How are the Jacksonville Jaguars doing as of this moment? They're down. Now, I want them to win because I picked them to win. That's the only reason why. However, there's only a minute and 57 seconds left. They're probably cooked. They're probably cooked. So, this division is ours. And that's why I'm dressed like this today. Now, with that said, let's take off the robe a little bit and let's address some core issues. This offense is absolutely terrible. This offense is a joke. This offense has no chance in hell of winning a Super Bowl. And I said this before the season, but it's even worse than I even anticipated. This is terrible. I got so much flack on Twitter, and I want everyone to come for me right now. When I said, oh, we got Robert Woods, okay. Who cares? Who cares? Look on the football. Do you really care about Robert Woods on the football field? Hello? He's done. I don't understand outside of just fan enthusiasm, which I always appreciate and like be a fan and I like buy the jerseys, go to the games. Robert Woods he was never even a number one in Buffalo. For the Rams, Cooper Kupp was he was a mini star. People would never really watch the tape and didn't understand this. Just watch the tape, people. And then he became a superstar after he left. Granted, okay, fine. But if you really watch the Rams or the Bills, you would know Robert Woods was never that good. And he's entering older age. This is a 1 or 2 year experiment. And he's going to be gone forever. He's going to retire. Robert Woods will be retired in 2 years. I promise you that. I promise you this. Nick Westbrook Akina? Oh my God. Kyle Phillips was out today. Thank God, because I've been criticizing him as well. Ryan Tannehill. I mean, guys, we can't keep doing. Look, again, I had us before the season 10-7. I've adjusted to 9-8. I still believe 9-8. We're gonna be 5-2. As next week we face the Houston Texans and we're going to defeat them. But then here's the problem. Down the road, look at the schedule. Look at the schedule. We have the following teams. We have the Chiefs. At the Chiefs, good luck. We host the Broncos, should be fine. At the Packers, they're not that good. We can actually get that done this year. Versus the Bengals, now they're getting cooking. At the Eagles, versus the Jaguars, we'll win that. At the Chargers, they're not that good. We could win that, but it's 50-50. That one's 50-50. It's 50-50. And then versus the Texans, are we going to sweep them? I think so. I think we'll sweep them. And then versus the Cowboys at home in Nashville, we could get that done. We should get that done. And then at the Jaguars, I don't think we're going to sweep them this year. I don't believe so. I don't believe so. We're not going to sweep the entire division. That's nonsense. Ridiculous. We're 5-1 in this division at best. We're not going to be 6-0 in this division. So what are you talking about? It's going to be 9-8. It's going to be 10-7. And this is what I said from the get-go. This is why you come to this channel. Because sports fan entertainment, because MJ, although you might hate him, although he's a little too harsh, he always tells you what's about to go down. Oh, man. This team's going to be 10-7, 9-8. It's going to be 10-7, 9-8. But if it's going to be fun. At least we're going to win the division again. We're going to win the division again. I've had this. Hello. Hi. I've had this. So, Tannehill. Let's get into Tannehill. So he got injured. And then he came back, toughness, whatever. Look, guys, there are certain plays, especially like his earlier sack in the game, where I just understand why he doesn't bring, like, he has to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage. He has to, dedicate his his running back or his tight end, either tight end stay in line, block that, extra pass rusher, running back stay in pass protection. He has to make those checks. Those are on him or on Downing. So Downing's not particularly special, and I think we could all agree on this, and that's fine. But he has to give them those calls, or Tannehill has to make those calls himself. Tannehill's in his 30s. At this point, I expect him to make those calls himself. Sorry, that's what I expect. He's in his 30s. We can do this on Madden. If you can do it on Madden, you can do it in real life. So I don't understand why he can't make those checks. He was fine. I'm just over this. I think I'm just waiting for this to end at this point. Unless if he just really shows up and just goes magical at some sort of point, I doubt that's going to happen. In fact, I guarantee that's not going to happen because I'm very good at my guarantees lately. I'm going to guarantee that. It's not going to happen. However, we can continue and wait for him to eventually lead us to something substantiable in the playoffs. Is that going to happen? No, but we can wait for that. So fine. Derrick Henry, long live the king. Why anyone ever doubted that he's done? Or actually, wait, no, let me not say that. Why anyone ever said that he's done or doubted that he still exists is beyond me. Derrick Henry is the same Derrick Henry. The only difference between Derrick Henry of now and of later is he hasn't gotten the big runs because the offensive line is playing terribly. But the minute you give him a little bit of separation or you give him room, he's going to knock people down. He's still just as tough. Some of his reads I can question, but I've questioned them in the past as well. I don't question them more now than I have in seasons past. Derrick Henry is fine. I don't understand the questions about Derrick Henry at all. Watch the tape. I think he's fine. And again, as we get more open windows for him, he's going to continue to break out. He's going to end up with this season 1,500 rushing yards. At least 13. Well, at least 1,200. Let me not be too bold when I say that. But assuming he's healthy for all 17 games, which is, I think it's going to happen. But still, he's going to have a good season. 2,000 yards, forget about it. I know it's fun. Oh, yeah, 2,000 yards again. It's fun to talk about. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Come on, guys. We went through Chris Johnson here. Have you watched Jamal Lewis? Have you watched, these other 2,000-yard running backs? It's not going to happen. But I would like for it to. Sure, it's not going to happen. So, look, I would take a 1,400-yard rushing season for Derrick Henry, and I think that's what we're headed towards. Wide receivers, they stink. Austin Hooper, tight end. All right, so Austin, this is what I'm getting popular for now. Look, Austin Hooper stinks. Now, with that said, he did have the very clutch catch. Thank the gods. That's going to be one of 3 to 5 significant things that he does this entire season. So I don't want anyone to get really excited over this. It's fine. It was a good thank you for that, Austin Hooper. Austin who? I don't know who you are, Austin who. But I appreciate what you did there. So I appreciate that. Robert Woods stinks. Again, he doesn't stink. He's old. He's done. He's finished. He's not even Nate Washington good for this franchise. Nate Washington was good. Over 1,000 yards. While he was older, he was a veteran that came in and led. Robert Woods is nothing. He's nothing. And if anyone ever mentions his name to me again and any sort of hyping aspect, I'm done. I can't listen to this Robert Woods. Wow, look out for Robert Woods. Shut up. Okay, this is not going to happen. Do not force this to happen on me. It will not happen. If you pick him up in your fantasy team, let's see how things are going to work out for you, my friend. Robert Woods, pick him up. I want you to pick him up, Robert Woods. This whole wide receiver, it's a joke. It's a disaster. And for me, I still blame much more of Todd Downing and Tannehill more than the wide receivers. I honestly believe this. Whereas you can look like a Green Bay, and it's kind of on the wide receivers more because they're young. Aaron Rodgers being like a drama queen. But I can see that. This is much more on Tannehill and the offense coordinator to me. Now, with this said, this is my plan moving forward. As of this moment, and moments will change. I want Treylon Burks. I want to see more of him, obviously, when he comes back and healthy. I think he's a number 2. I don't even know if he's a number 1. Next year, I want a wide receiver in round 1. I want a wide receiver in round 1. And I know we just took a wide receiver in round 1. I don't care. I want another one. And I'm very upset that we let go of not only A.J. Brown, you can feel it in Philadelphia with A.J. Brown, Corey Davis. Now you look at Corey Davis. Now, I'm not saying that he's great. No one said that he's great. And even in this offense, he wouldn't be great. But I heard people talking about this week, let's trade for Elijah Moore. Wait a minute. We had a wide receiver on that roster in New York that's better than Elijah Moore. His name was Corey Davis. Corey Davis, while I don't know if he could ever be a 1,000-yard wide receiver. And at the time, and I think he's getting paid like an average, like it's like maybe, I want to say it's, was it 3 year, $37 million. So that's $12.5 million a year. At the time, that seemed expensive. 12.5, that's half of AJ Brown's salary. Half. Corey Davis is better than half of AJ Brown. Yes, he is. And he's better than Robert Woods right now. Go ahead and come at me. And he still has potential. So this entire wide receiver room is a joke. Mason Kinsey, you guys can continue to talk about this man. Talk about this man. Talk about this man. He ain't gonna do nothing on the actual football field. I like Cody Hollister as a number 5. As a number 5. So the wide receiver room is a joke. And it's going to continue to be a joke. And that's just the way that it is. Now, with this said, let's go ahead and get into the positive. Finally, the defense. Oh, this defense. And who am I going to start with? Who is the king of this franchise? It's not King Henry anymore. He's been usurped. It is Big Jeff Simmons. Wow. This guy is an absolute stud. Wow. Big Jeff Simmons. I love this guy, man. This guy continues to play well. This guy continues to perform, to lead, to show up, to do everything that he has to do. He's incredible. He's wow. Now, I will also say this, though. Bud Dupree. That is Bud Dupree. This is, I think, his best game as a Tennessee Titan. He was getting pressures. He was being active. He was doing well. I like what I saw from Bud Dupree today. Danico Autry. As I told you all when we signed him, one of the most underrated signings in the NFL. Danico Autry is going to show up. He's going to do well. He is so underrated. I love what Danico Autry does for this football team. This pass rush, wow. It's not nearly like 2008. 2008 was crazy with Albert Haynesworth, Kyle Vanderbosch, etc. Dave Ball. But it's going near it. I love this pass rush. I love this defense. Andrew Adams with the interception. Showing up when he needs to. Doing well in terms of that. Who else had the interception today? Let me look that up. I knew it was Andrew Adams, and who was the other one? It was box score. Ooh. Oh, David Long. David Long showing up with the interception as well. Matt Ryan, you stink. And our defense did what it had to do. And I appreciate that. Kevin Byard played well. Who else was really notable today? Oh, Roger McCree. I like Roger McCree a lot. I think this is a very unique quarterback for us. I don't think we've had a quarterback quite like this. A cornerback that is, I think he's good in coverage. People have been criticizing him in coverage. I think he's good in coverage, but very tough and physical in terms of the run defense. I love this. I think he's particularly talented when it comes to run defense and tackling as well. I think he's very particularly talented when it comes to that. I'm very intrigued when it comes to Roger McCreary, and it's good because Caleb Farley might not be anything. We're still trying to figure out what's going on with Caleb Farley, but I really like Roger McCreary as well. Fulton played well. I mean, I think Emma played well. I mean, Paris Campbell did things here and there, but like we maintained them. We held them to 10 points. The defense played very well. And they got a pick six. So the offense stinks. It's terrible. It's awful. It's ridiculously bad. It's awful. Guys, it's really bad. And that's why we're going to go 9-8. We're 4-2. We're going to be 5-2. Congratulations. Still going to be 9-8. Because look, let's put the schedule again. As we win next week against the Texans, and we might choke, by the way. I'm not going to say we won't choke, but we're going to lose against the Chiefs. I think we'll beat the Broncos. That's one win. I think we'll lose at the Packers in November. I think so. We'll see. That one's going to be close, but I think so. Versus the Bengals, I think we might lose. I mean, that's going to be close. Again, 50-50 there. At the Eagles, it's a 100% loss. And I've been saying this since before the season. Now you're finally believing how the Eagles are really that good. That's 1-2-3 losses in a row. Versus the Jaguars, we'll win. Second win. At the Chargers, 50-50. We'll see. I'll say no. We'll beat the Texans, and then we'll beat the Cowboys barely, if that. Even that was going to be harsh. And then at the Jaguars, we'll see that either 10-7 or 9-8. That's what my belief is. So there's still a chance for 11. There's still a chance for 8. By the way, there's still a chance for 8. It's not going to happen in my opinion, but we'll see. So I don't think we're really like. We're fine. It's just kind of, again, because I knew this was going to happen and I'm too smart for my own good, I'm kind of frustrated because it's like, wow, this is happening exactly the way I expected it to, and we could have done better. We could have done better than this. But hey, whatever. We're getting some rookies in there. Whatever, give them some playing time. We're going to see what's going to happen. Okay, fine. So add me in the chat if you have any comments at Sports Fan Entertainment. I know I said a lot of inflammatory things today. So come at me at Sports Fan Entertainment, but I don't give a damn. Because I've been correct since I started this damn season. And I'm going to continue to be correct, and that's where you're going to continue to come here. Long live the king. All right, so let's go. In the chat. Also, let me pull up the chat comments. Let us begin with T85 versus Soda says, what about them Jaguars? 2-0 to 2-5. They stink. Yeah, they stink. And I love it. Oh, they were 2-1 and they got so excited. Oh, Trevor Lawrence is good. Travis Etienne, look out. Trevon Walker. They're the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're the worst franchise in NFL history. Why would you ever have faith in the worst franchise in NFL history? The Buccaneers have a worse record. They have 2 Super Bowls. They're fine. The Jacksonville Jaguars are the worst franchise in NFL history, and that will continue until further notice. Alex M says Burks is a bust, and I'm not going to say this. I don't believe this. Now, he needs to get back on the field, and then we'll see. When he's been on the field, I've seen burst. I've seen things. The problem is we can't throw the ball. We can't even just do this. Down, set, wide 80, wide 80, set, hut, 1, 2, 3, bow, slant. We can't even do this. And I've been saying this for 3 years. I don't understand what's with this offense in Tennessee. Down 80, wide 80, set, hut, seam. All you have to do is just, come on, man. Tennessee. All right, we continue. At Sports Fan Entertainment, should we try to trade for Elijah Moore? I think he wants to be traded. So here's my thing when it comes to this trade game. Again, I need to know what the price is. I tweeted this the other day, and I still believe this. I'm not really interested in Elijah Moore or Chase Claypool because I believe this offense is really that bad, and my opinion is now even worse after today. By the way, okay, because I thought it was bad coming into this game. Now I think it's just downright awful. Um, I don't think they even help. Am I crazy? Can I make a poll? Can I do a poll in the chat, or do I need to have like some special responsibility for this? I want to make a poll. I'll make a poll on Twitter. I'm gonna tweet after this live stream. I want to know what people really feel in their hearts when you watch these games, because I don't know if people are saying what I'm saying. Do you really believe that better wide receivers would help this offense? Is that really the belief that is permeated in this community? Because if you look at these games, to me, it's quite obvious that it's on the offense coordinator and on the quarterback and on the offensive line. But it's not on the wide receivers. Now, they're not good. I never said that they're good. They need to be improved. I've been saying for this entire last game that they need to be improved. But I'm not blaming them for this. If they're out there dropping passes, obviously I blame them for that. But they can't even drop passes because passes are not even being thrown to them. Because passes cannot be thrown to them because we can't get protection. Tannehill can't get the ball there. We can't call plays to actually pass anything, anywhere, ever. So, how can I blame the wide receivers for that? Well, they stink. And they definitely stink. So, I'm not going that far. But I can agree with you when it comes to like believing that an Elijah Moore might help. Sure, next year, but for this year, no, I disagree. I think we're just screwed. I mean to a certain extent. Again, we're gonna make the playoffs. We're gonna be fine, but it's not gonna be fixed this year. It's just not. All right, so we continue. Quiver says, as Sports for Entertainment, we drafted 2 wide receivers and they are both out. Okay. I mean, if you want to assume, and I don't know why you would assume this, again, I don't know how old this person is or how, but let's just go back in the history, right? Tennessee Titans wide receivers. Let's go down the history road, shall we? Shall we go? Let's go. So, AJ Brown. Oh, brilliant. Let me trade him away. Corey Davis, a little bit of a disappointment. You know, let him go. Fine. Before him, AJ Brown was what? 2019. Who did we draft as a previous wide receiver? I want to say Justin Hunter. We didn't draft. Oh, well, Dorial Green Beckham. How could I forget Dorial Green Beckham. Then Justin Hunter. Then Kendall Wright. Then it was 2000. I think it was 2010 or 11. No, we didn't draft wide receiver in those years. Well, we had Damian Williams as like a 4th round pick. And Lavelle Hawkins. You see what I'm getting at? I don't give a damn who we've drafted. We've drafted a lot in the last decade. Who remains? Who is going to the Hall of Fame? We drafted 2 wide receivers, Kyle Phillips and Treylon Burks. Who gives a damn? Are you out of your mind? Come on, I'm not trying to be harsh on you. But think about this for a couple of seconds. Kenny Britt. I forgot about Kenny Britt. Add that name to the fold. I don't give a damn who we drafted. I want someone to produce on the damn football field for once. We drafted Treylon Burks and Kyle Phillips. Don't worry about drafting another wide receiver. Are you a Tennessee Titans fan? Have you seen the wide receivers that we brought to this building again and again and again? Come on, man. If we're sitting in the first round and I see Jordan Addison or I see Boots from whatever, I think he's from LSU. If I see Jackson Smith Jigba, if I see Cedric Tillman's not going to go that high. But in the second round, if I see Cedric Tillman, I'm taking him. I'm taking him because I know they're going to come in here and they're probably going to stink anyway, but we need to get wide receiving talent. The Pittsburgh Steelers, whose offense stinks, they have 3 wide receivers that are better than our wide receivers. Deontay Johnson, George Pickens, and Chase Claypool are better than every wide receiver that we have on the roster currently. And their offense stinks. So I'm not going to sit, Tajay Sharp, that someone just mentioned. So how many wide receivers do we have to come through the building before we finally find out that maybe they're not good and we should continue to get more of them until we find good wide receivers, because we can't find good wide receivers. That's all I'm saying. And Queber, sorry, I went off on that a little bit. And he just had another comment. He said, that's not what I meant about Jordan White. I meant that Tannehill might be the problem. He has no help. Look, if he's out there throwing passes and wide receiver just dropping them, but they're not getting separation, I would agree. That's not what I'm seeing. If you're seeing that, fine. I'm not going off on you. I'm not going off. I'm just saying that's not what I'm seeing. That's not what I'm seeing. All right, so let's go back and then let's answer some more comments. Let's go ahead. Packers look really bad. I think that's a win. Again, it could be. That's 50-50. Let's get there. It's gonna be it's like less than a month away now, like 4 weeks. Let's see. It needs to be that week. I'm very much like a week guy. Like, I need to see what was going on that week. Hello, guys. I'm first place in the SFE Pick'em Challenge. I know how to pick games. It all comes down to that week. We can pick a month ahead. I know when the schedule comes out, we love picking months ahead. It really comes out to that week. What's the injury report? What's going on? What's the dynamic? What's the chemistry? What am I hearing from both teams, sources-wise? It really matters when it comes to that. But we'll see. That one I'm not writing off. I'm not writing off that one or the Chargers. I'm just saying it's 50-50. All right, so let's go with Groundbreak, who says, as Sportsman Timmy, he had me hyped with the King Book entrance. That's my job. Omar Nawabi says, what's your opinion on Hooper's performance? Austin Hoop. Again, clutch catch, appreciated it. That was fine. I appreciated it. I liked it. That's all I have. I mean, he's Austin Hooper, man. I mean, this tight end, and we had Delaney Walker in the building, and what a great reminder. That's when we had a real tight end, guys. Come on. Delaney Walker, boy, come on, man. It's hard to compare to that, man. I miss that man greatly. All right, so Jonathan Ewald has a very interesting question. He asks, where were you hoping that Malik Willis was going to stay in the game at 10 and got hurt? No. To be honest, and I said this in the preseason, and you can go back to my preseason takes on this, I don't think Malik Willis is ready. Tannehill's better. It's obvious, and it's not even particularly close. I'm not sure if Malik Willis is ever going to be anything, to be quite honest with you. He might be, but he still needs to throw the football in his backyard and improve. And until he improves his accuracy, I'm not going to sit here and ask for Malik Willis. He needs to improve. While it's exciting that he can run. Oh, and the fumble, by the way, today on him, that was bad. That was bad. And that's not really like that important to me because we're not going to run that sort of play at all. But that's on him, and he barely plays. He doesn't play. So when you're on the field and it's time for you to play, you do that. It's a down mark for you. That's just the way that it is. No, I was not hoping for Malik Willis to stay on the field. For me, and again, I've said this before and I'll say this again. Like, we're at a certain point to where we're just effed when it comes to the quarterback position, in my opinion, for this moment. For this moment, not forever, for this moment. Tannehill is going to continue to start. I don't trust Tannehill in the playoffs. He's going to choke in the playoffs. I know this. Malik Willis is not going to be any better as far as I can see for right now. Next year is going to be interesting. I don't know. I have to see the personnel because there's a lot of personnel roster decisions that are going to be made. It would have been more ideal for us to be a bad team this year than a team to win the AFC South and not have a great draft pick in order to draft the quarterback that we need. And also, I'm not sure if we know that we need to draft the quarterback that we need. I think we're still kind of delusional and thinking that Tannehill is somehow, some way going to wake up and win a Super Bowl. Meanwhile, in San Francisco, they have Jimmy Garoppolo, who's gotten them to a Super Bowl, who's gotten them to an NFC Championship game, and they still recognize that he's not the guy. They recognize that, but we can't recognize that with Tannehill. Even though Garoppolo has done more than Tannehill's done in the playoffs, and Garoppolo has been bad in the playoffs. Tannehill's been worse, but let's continue to run Tannehill. Okay, great. But it's not going to happen. So we're in this realm of just waiting. At least I am. At least I am. So I'll wait. All right, so let's continue. Howard 1324 says, as for it, how about Terrence Mitchell making the game picture break for us? Yeah, no, it was a great play. I didn't mention Terrence Mitchell. Really appreciate his effort there, for sure. And I really appreciate at least him, wanting to show up and wanting to do what he wants to do. Okay, let's continue. So we have Ty Brosian Mojito, who says, as for event 10 minutes, easy. All we need to fix the offense is a new left tackle, new guard, new tight end, and 2 new wide receivers. Yeah, it's easy. It's a lot of it. And again, I agree with almost this entire list. I was thinking about guard for a second. Do we need a new guard? I mean, Aaron Brewer is Aaron Brewer, but I feel like I don't care. I feel like our left guard position is just a disaster. It's been for the last 10 years. Literally for the last 10 years. We signed Andy Levitri in 2012. It's been 10 years of a terrible left guard. Oh no, Roger Stafford was good though. Sorry, Roger Stafford was good. And we let him go. I don't know why we let him go. Yeah, I agree. And probably a new quarterback. So it's a lot. But we knew this before the season. I understand. Do these people not? I don't know. I don't know if management looks at the roster or not, but I agree. Maybe Chico Conco becomes something, but we don't throw to him. So who the hell knows? We can't throw to anybody. Maybe Chico Conco is a beast. I don't know. We don't throw to him. He's not there. How am I supposed to know? Guys. Anyway, let's continue. Do you think this is feasible with John Robinson continuing as a problem with the draft, or does he need to go? I'm not gonna say it's a problem with the draft. I mean, again, we have a playoff team. It's a playoff team. So he's an above average general manager. I'm not saying he's a bad general. No one's sitting here saying that. I'm just saying I'm sick of being 10-7, 9-8, 9-7, 11-5, 11-6, 12-5, with no chance of winning the Super Bowl. I'm tired of having no chance of winning the Super Bowl. I'm tired of this. Especially when I can sit here, and while I'm a smart man, and while I am an engineer, I can't continue to sit here and look at this team knowing good and well that they can just add a couple pieces here and there and go to the damn chip. If they really wanted to. I can't continue to sit here and do this. Well, I can, and I will. But it's very frustrating. It's very frustrating. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to dispel my my grievances, right? My grievances. But I will sit here and I will dispel them. Now, I have sources, and my sources are doing their thing. I have my what does Varys call them? His little birds. I have my little birds flying in the franchise to try to start to move things in certain directions. We'll see if this works. Probably not. I don't have that much clout yet, but I will. All right, let's continue. Blackjack 1414 says it's often so bad because of the playbook or personnel. There were some head scratches out there today as far as the calls. Both. But it's both. Downing sucks. He stinks. While I don't love Arthur Smith, we're missing him right now. Downing stings. It's bad. At this point, it's pretty obvious they have to move on after the season. I feel like, and I hope because Vrabel's not going to get fired, and he shouldn't get fired empirically. However, I think Downing has to be the scapegoat after the season. I think he will be the scapegoat again, guys. I promise you this: we're gonna win next week. I'm not gonna promise that, but I believe this. But I promise you, at the end of the season, it's gonna be 9-8, 10-7. It's gonna be disappointment. First round exit, most likely. I need to see who we're facing. Need to see who we're facing. I need to see who we're facing. But first round exit, divisional at best, and then frustrations will rise. All right, so let's continue. Let's continue. We have Groundbreak saying, are there any upcoming free agents that you hope we signed? It's Chili asked. It's Chili asked. I've only looked at like quarterbacks and wide receivers just out of interest, but I haven't even started that conversation. But we have a lot of time for that conversation. Omar Nawabi says, would you trade it for Stroud? No. We're going to be picking in the 20s, most likely. Trading it for Stroud would take 3 first round picks at least. And although I like Stroud, I think I like Young better now. He did not play well against Iowa, in my opinion. He didn't play terribly. He didn't play particularly well at all. It was the worst game in his college career, or at least second worst. And I'm not having questions about him under pressure, in difficult circumstances. And there's just no way. It's going to take 3 first round picks. It's done. That conversation was fine when we were 0-2, but it's done. And I told you, even when we were 0-2, I told you, we're too good to actually have this conversation. I told you guys this. Hello? Yeah, I said this. So it's not going to happen. If you want to look towards the next year and you want to talk about USC quarterback, fine, maybe. You want to talk about USC quarterback, and who else is 2024? Caleb Williams from USC, and then someone else. This might be drafted high that year. We'll see. It's still a long ways away. Then fine, but this year, no way. Okay, so with that said, let's continue. We have SCP who says if you had AJ Brown would be a Super Bowl team. No, because we were in a Super Bowl team with him, and this team is not better than last year's team. And last year's team, I told you, wasn't good enough. And we went to the playoffs, and we found out what happened in the division around. So no, we'd be a better team, not a Super Bowl team. No, not a Super Bowl team. And I don't think he's going to win a Super Bowl with the Eagles. I think they're going to choke in the playoffs. I think Jalen Hurts is not ready yet. I'm not sure if he's ever going to be ready, but I don't think he's not ready yet. We'll see on that front. We'll see. Don't hold me to that. Again, we'll see when the time comes. I like to make weekly predictions, but no, we would not be a Super Bowl team with AJ Brown. Oh, let's continue. Oh, wait. Did my camera cut off? My camera cut off. Alrighty. So my battery ran out, but that is fine. Hold on 1 second. Let me grab my other camera. Alrighty. camera does not want to work, so we're going to go to the integrated camera, which is absolutely terrible, but we will do it to just end the live stream. All right, so, oh, now you want to work, you asshole. There we go. What an idiot. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. So a couple more comments and then we will get out of here. All righty. Omar Nawabi. He says, updated record prediction is still 9 and 8. And I feel very comfortable with this. I like this prediction. I think it's a very apt prediction. I think it's a very MJ prediction. I think it's a very smart, accurate, and oh my God. Oh, I'm so accurate. I love it. Prediction, and I love it. 9 and 8. It's 9 and 8. Win the AFC South easily by at least a game. At this point, the Colts, they have a tie too. There's no way they end up with a better record than us. It's not gonna happen. The Jaguars are done at 2-5, and the Houston Texans stink. So we're fine. So the AFC, it doesn't matter to me, but I know it matters to some people. Fine, we have another banner of AFC South, and it's gonna be in there, so that is fine. So with that said, that's going to do it for me here, Sports Fan Entertainment King Booker. As the Tennessee Titans got it done. It's okay. Now, I can be a little negative for some people, but I'm still correct. So I don't care. Tennessee Titans get it done 19-10. Until next time, this has been MJ Sports Fan Entertainment. I'm out. See you all later.